experience requirements are hashtag canceled at QuickBooks Live. After Navy veteran and now Navy spouse Kylin tuned into this live stream, she just knew she had to give it a try. Welcome back to Hashtag Hired. These are real bite-sized success stories from real VertForce family members. I'm VertForce content producer Michelle Corbett. So Kylin had a knack for numbers and she loved helping people, so bookkeeping was a natural fit. She took Intuit's bookkeeping course and got all the necessary certifications to get hashtag hired as a senior associate for QuickBooks Live. But she's not stopping there. Kylin has a master's degree in accounting, so she is well on her way to getting hashtag promoted and becoming a certified public accountant at Intuit. Let's listen to Kylin's hashtag hired success story right now.
Virtual employment is here to stay. I'm military spouse, VertForce founder, and your remote work expert, Kimber Hill. Subscribe now to learn how you too can thrive in the virtual workforce.
A friend of mine told me actually, she was a member of VertForce, and she told me, if you're trying to look for remote work, you should join this group. So I joined. I definitely listened to a few of the episodes of how to ace your virtual interview. I definitely wasn't comfortable with the interview through the Intuit. So speaking of Intuit, that's another resource that I learned from you guys. Having the opportunity to get to know the Act Now military, I forgot what it's called, but they provided the resources for Coursera. And from there on, I got my certification through Intuit and got my certification for QBO from Intuit also. So those are the resources that I learned from you guys. One particular, I think one of the meetings you guys did with the Intuit recruiters that really give me the confidence of trying to step out of my comfort zone and try to apply for some jobs that I've been wanting to get. I wouldn't have found this job. Truly, I wouldn't have found this job without VertForce. It's really the fact that the Intuit is willing to waive the 1 year paid experience. I think that was the title of one of your virtual. I think it was what is that called? Maybe I forgot what it's called, but it was basically one of the meetings that you guys posted. And in the very, very first title was the Intuit waived 1 year paid experience. That really drew me in, and I was like, I should have really give it a try. I did get hired by Intuit. My new job title is going to be QuickBooks Senior Bookkeeper Associate. I actually do have a master's in accounting, so I'm sure that helped too. So I was actually prior military. I was a veteran. Then I went to college. I got my bachelor's in chemical engineering. From there on, once I got married, and had a kid, and I was like, this is not, chemical engineering job is actually very intense and hectic. So and at the time the childcare was very expensive, so I had to just decide to stay home. So for the past, I'd say 7 or 8 years, I haven't held a job. But during that time, I got my master's. I volunteered Navy Marine Corps Relief Society as a caseworker, as a front desk receptionist, and after that we PCS'd here, and I started applying for jobs, and I was really hoping to land a job with Intuit. So that's a story. I want to say that and early on, also before I got my master's in accounting, I also attended the accounting academy. It was a 6-month long school, and from there I found that I have a niche for math and accounting, bookkeeping, and I'm really good with numbers. I'm very detail oriented. During that time when I was in bookkeeping school, there were a few other students there also, and they also came from different backgrounds, so they didn't get bookkeeping double entries right away, and I got it right away, and I was like, oh, maybe this is something I can do. And when my classmates had a problem with their work, I can look at their worksheet and then be like, okay, this is what you did wrong. You should have done this. And that really gave me the satisfaction that, oh, I'm not only good at numbers, but I'm also enjoy helping people. Oh, the hardest job. How to deal with a difficult client. I would say when I was, so I answered it as it's accounting related question. So it was also a scenario where the customer had insisted on something that wasn't actually true. And when I answered it, I said I would inform the client how to actually book this entry. But in the question, the question was, if your client insists what he has done was correct, what would you do? I feel like I kind of bumped on that question, but I had told him this is what the regulations are, and I said this is all I can do to inform you. Also, I added that I would seek more advice from a supervisor who has also dealt with these type of clients before, how I would approach. That's what I answered, because I didn't want to anger the customer. I just wanted to let them know that these are the rules that you have to follow. And if they insist they are correct, the only thing I can do is take up the chain. I give them an example. I told you when I was in bookkeeping school, I realized I had a niche for numbers. And I also, since we are dealing with clients, while I volunteered at Navy and the Marine Corps Relief Society, I also had to deal with clients, also difficult clients. Another thing is that, so my role as a caseworker when I volunteered at Navy Marine Corps Relief Society is to assess the client's needs for financial needs, and decide whether the client actually needed the money or just want the money. because our funds to provide these financial needs are coming from donated dollars, and we want to be the stewardess of those donated funds. So that's also something that I think it's very important as a accountant or bookkeeper, that we have to be honest and we have to be objective. Is it an end goal? Bookkeeping, my current position, I would say it's not my end goal. I have all the qualifications that to be a certified public accountant. I just need the hours, and I need the hours to be signed off. I need to take the exam, and so I want to say, Intuit is a company I've heard a lot of good things about. So I want to stick around, and I want to learn as much as I can. And if there are opportunities for advancement, I would love to take on that and advance to the next level. So bookkeeping is not my end goal. To get maybe promoted in the near future or even 5 years down the road, that's my goal. It's never stop learning, never stop getting the opportunity to better myself. I should I say this? I've been Googling and trying to find the answers how to climb up the ladder. I haven't found the answer yet, but that's my goal, to never stop learning and helping people. I want to say that as soon as I found out into a position and knowing that it's a possible position to work at, I started looking. That would be dating back to last year, or the 2021, I would say 2021, around August time. It's actually very funny that can I tell you the story? I didn't get contacted by Intuit right away. I had finished the pro advisor. I'd applied, and I applied a few times. I used the links that you guys provided and applied, and the computer keeps telling me that I have already applied to the position, but nobody has contacted me. So during one of those events, the meetings that you guys hosted with the Intuit recruiters, I got in touch with Tessa, one of the recruiter there, and she had told me somehow my registration or my application wasn't in the system for a very, very long time. In the beginning, I didn't understand why, because when I went to the computer told me that I had already applied this position. Then I realized that when I signed up for QuickBooks Online for their Pro Advisor account, they require you to have a Gmail account. Gmail account. And I opened up a Gmail account just for that particular reason. I have a feeling because the email address I provided when I applied doesn't match the Gmail account. That's why it wasn't populated in their system. So I reapplied, giving my Gmail account information. And Tessa was was able to see it right away. So I waited all that time, all because of different email address. So I didn't get hired I didn't hear anything back until October. And the first time I applied was the end of April. So that was 6 months, 6 months. I would say 6 months wasted because I had to put on different email address than the pro advisor one. I am so excited I'm hired after all that waiting. So that's why I'm so elated. For all this time I thought I'm just maybe not qualified, but turns out I am qualified. Just a glitch in the system. I want to say, don't give up. Be patient. There's job out there. And I want to say, be sure of yourself, that you know the stuff. And the right position for you will come.
A note for Kylin. Kylin, I am so sorry your job search got hung up because of that tech issue, but I'm so happy that you were able to connect with Intuit recruiter Tessa at our Coffee and Connect event. So that is exactly why we have events like Coffee and Connect. It's to give you FaceTime with recruiters and get your questions answered in real time, just like you were able to do with Tessa. Intuit is going to be so thrilled to know that they hired a senior associate who is just one exam away from becoming a CPA. Good luck on your CPA test. And please keep in touch. Let us know when you get certified. We want to hear about you climbing the career ladder at Intuit.